Hello, my fellow citizens of the 7th universe. My name is BadPlayer2 WishyWings, and welcome to a brand new series, a brand new discussion on a brand new manga. Yes, this came out just yesterday, and people didn't know the successor to Fairy Tail is now here. Eden Zero, created by the creator of Fairy Tail and Brave Master Mashima, is back once again with a brand new series that has some familiar faces, but rest assure you, none of them are actually characters of Fairy Tail, except for maybe one, because the cat that follows the main girl around, the cat's name is Happy, and acts like Happy, and looks exactly like Happy. It's Happy, it can't fly. That's basically it right now. It just can't fly. Well, besides that, I'm actually going to go ahead and discuss this manga chapter. This is the first time I'm actually discussing a particular manga, so, you know, give me some feedback. What do you guys think? Should I do some more? Should I do other ones when time comes up? Or, you know, just enjoy it. Let me know how it is. So, what I'm going to do at the beginning here is we're going to be talking about a non-spoiler section, and then we'll talk about a spoiler section. Maybe later on, if I do more of these, there might be more non-spoilery and more spoilery stuff. I would say if there's, like, any big fights, we'll have to do some spoiler stuff. But as for first off, I'm going to be talking about the non-spoiler stuff, so people who haven't read the manga yet, you could go ahead and do that. Where you can actually read that, I believe it's on Crunchyroll's manga site. I'm not sponsored by them. I'm just saying I think it's there. So you could go check that out there without being, like, you know, illegal or whatever like that. So here we go. The first, I'm going to talk about a non-spoilery right off the bat that follows the two main characters. The girl's name is Rebecca, and the boy's name is Shiki. Interesting enough, Shiki is a name that that Mashima has used in the past, but he's used it in Fairy Tail. It actually wasn't a name of a character. It was a name of a move that Free did back in the Loxus Takes Over Fairy Tail arc. It's called Jutsu Shiki, which actually, funny enough, it's the thing where they trap the people in the box, and then they have to do a certain thing to get out of the box to basically trap them in there, and they can't do magic and stuff like that. That's basically what Shiki is, and the main character, who looks exactly like a black-haired gray Natsu, all of a sudden is now Shiki. That's his name. I was kind of curious what the names are going to be. So Rebecca, Shiki, and Happy are the main characters of this series. Now, Rebecca comes over to this island, which is called, one second here, it is actually called the Grand Bell Kingdom. Sorry, I had to pull it up there for a second there. Grand Bell Kingdom. She goes over the Grand Bell Kingdom to explore a brand new place. This place is filled with non-humans. They're actually filled with robots that they act like humans, but they're not humans. They have their own minds, they have their own jobs and everything like that. They're basically, yeah, they're just in an entire area inhabited by only robots. And she goes over there because, unlike Lucy, who would try to, like, write a novel on all this stuff, she's going over there to try to vlog. Yes, Rebecca is a very, very successful vlogger. And by going over to this new place, she's hoping that she will get lots of views and hit 1 million subscribers on her Blue Cat channel. I'm not making this up. That's literally her goal. She's going over to this place to become a successful vlogger. My God, it's like my character, like it's like my spirit animal in a manga character. Like, holy crap, this is me. It's actually super funny. I find it hilarious that Mashima Sensei is actually doing something like this. And Rebecca's main goal is trying to get 1 million subs on her channel. I find that super, super funny. Well, while she's over there, she finds out about the robots that actually do live there. All of them are really, really nice, they're not people. That's what they're trying to express here. They are not people. They are nice machines. They are just wanting to be super happy to even throw a party for her. And she's just super happy, it's super awesome and everything like that. And they have her go off on a little bit of mission to go do some more stuff for her vlogging channel. And she finds this, like, giant robot out into the wilderness, which looks like a cat, kind of funny enough. There's a lot of cats in this series, it looks like. And that's where she meets Shiki. Shiki, when he first comes out in the manga, he looks like Gajeel, okay? He looks like Gajeel. It's like all of a sudden Shiki is like a mix of Natsu, Gray, and Gajiel. Except at the same time, too, you could argue the fact that he kind of looks like long-haired Natsu because he has very long hair. And he's absolutely terrifying, though, like Gajiel. That's why I'm saying that. He looks a lot like that. For right now, I'm going to be talking a lot about Fairy Tail similarities between this series and Fairy Tail, so bear with me. But yes, that's what he's doing, and they meet. He has never met a human before, and this is the first time he's ever met an actual human. We'll find out when I talk about the spoiler section. We'll find out why that's the case, but that's him. Rebecca is his first human he's ever met and doesn't know what to do about that. He's very, very, like, shook about this, and he doesn't know any proper etiquettes, knowing that he basically grabbed their boobs, like, you know, any kind of Mashima style, just grab boobs and everything like that. But, of course. But Shiki just tries to be best friends with this girl, and eventually they do. Eventually, they do, and it's actually kind of adorable between their interactions because Shiki doesn't really know what to do, and this entire time, Rebecca's wearing cat ears, and I love that because that's her point. She wears cat ears, and oh my god, I wear cat ears on my channel. Has Mashable been watching my videos? I don't know. Maybe that's the case. Probably not, though. And they go ahead, and they basically try to become friends. It's a little bit iffy at first, but they try to become friends, and eventually they go off on an adventure. Yeah, I'd say I didn't want to talk about too much about non-spoilerly stuff. I already said some sort of spoilery stuff, but this is the part of the episode where I'm actually going to be talking about certain spoilers. So if you haven't read the manga yet and you don't want to be spoiled, go ahead and read it, pause the video, then come back afterwards and we can talk about it afterwards. But if you have or you just don't care, go ahead and I'll count it down for you guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, you guys still there? Alright, let's talk about some spoilers. Alright, I'm going to be talking about the first couple of pages of this manga, which, by the way, are colored. It's actually freaking awesome, the fact that they're colored here. But the first couple lines in the series is that Shiki is with some king, some robot king type thing, and he's looking up in the sky, seeing a shooting star, and the robot dude says that that's a dragon. Right off the bat, we're already talking about dragons in this series. Right off the bat, we find out later that people who have read it, that actually is a dragon. Very interesting enough. So dragons are in this series as well. So if you're upset that Fairy Tail is gone and you got no more dragons, don't worry. Dragons are everywhere right now. And Shiki just really, really wants to go see him, but unfortunately he's on the earth. He's on the ground, and he can't actually go out there and actually see that. But he takes his word from the giant robot that's next to him. Now, one thing that I'm noticing about this series is they show it off right away that this series is all going to be about friendship once again. It's going to be exactly like Fairy Tail. A lot of this series is going to be about friendship. So if you're a little bit upset about like, you know, everything is going bad, but don't worry, we have the power of friendship, so we'll always win, you might be a little bit upset that this series is probably going to follow that same route. Right off the bat, one of the characters says, if you get friends who will cry for you, never let them go. That is like the main line of this first chapter. If you have friends who will cry for you, do not let them go. I mean, that's a motto for life to begin with. I mean, yeah, I definitely wouldn't do that myself. But yeah, so this series is going to be a lot about friendship. And if you're not a big fan about friendship, I mean, you're going to have to deal with it. But hey, I'm okay with that stuff. Friendship is cool. Friendship is fine. I was fine with it in Fairy Tail, and it made me happy. So, I mean, I'm totally fine about that. So, it's actually kind of funny. He has, Shiki has one of his, robot friends try to cry for him, and he's like, I can't really cry right now. That's really weird. But, yeah. Kind of funny enough. But now, after that, we actually go into where we first meet Rebecca, and Happy's there with her, which Happy looks exactly like Happy, and they go into the kingdom, and then they talk about the fact that she's going there to earn 1 million subscribers on her channel. Once again, vlogger Rebecca, interesting enough. Whew, gonna be quite funny. She goes into the kingdom and finds out the entire place is inhabited by robots. The robots tell her that they haven't had a visitor in over 100 years. over 100 years since the last time they had a human visitor, which then makes you wonder what the heck Shiki is about. But yes, they have. It's been 100 years since the last human was on that area, that island. So they're all happy. They start up the shops and everything and throw her a big, big party, which she's super, super happy about. And she's trying to vlog it and just be freaking happy because she's like, look at all these effects. I could get so many views. And I wonder how long she's going to keep that vlogging aspect to her. I don't know. But it's really, really funny. So, yeah, she's just saying, like, how she's just super happy. The place is like an amusement park to her. And Happy finds out that there's quests that you can do. Defeat monsters and receive amazing prizes. So that's what they go ahead and do. They try to make a video of it. They find out that there's a robot like 50 feet tall. And it looks like a cat. Very, very sad. And they don't know what to do. Except one thing that I'm noticing is Rebecca here. She loves the cats a lot. She sees the giant cat. You usually would be really, really terrified about that thing. But she falls in love with it, basically. She's like, I know it isn't a cat, but I love it. So it makes me feel like she's got a weakness. If you show her a cat, she's gonna... She can't do anything. It's just a cat. That's literally her. So I don't know exactly how that's gonna be. But, Rebecca, you gotta stop loving the cats, because I feel like that might be your downfall at one point. Would be really silly. After a while, you find out about, Shiki. He's actually with the robot, takes him down, and Rebecca is very, very terrified of Shiki, and Shiki just looks super intimidating, but honestly, he is just stupidly curious. One fun fact about this, too, and I think this version that you will be reading probably has it as well, Mashima actually has writing on the side there that you can he actually has, like, little tiny, writer's notes that you can read, which is actually super cute because he's just really, really happy that he's able to produce this series. So good job, Mashima. I really, really like you. Yeah, so they try to go around. He doesn't know how to deal with another human. He's just literally touching everything of her, and he gets beaten up right off the bat. But one thing's for certain is that Rebecca knows how to pack a punch, but Shiki really doesn't care. He literally just bounces back up, even though he's got a freaking wall on his head. He just bounces back up with no problem. Also, he finds out that Happy is the first cat he's ever seen, and he just wants to eat him. Oh, poor Happy. Happy is not food. Please, no. And right off the bat, as it looks terrifying, he might do something really, really strange. But honestly, he just wants a friend. That's all he wants. But Rebecca says no and punches him in the face. There's a lot of punching. Okay, now here comes another thing about Shiki. Interesting enough. Shiki is able to keep up with these girls, keep up with the girl and Happy, even though they're booking it at, like, top speed, and Shiki got freaking demolished. He's able to keep up with them. So he's got some crazy speed. I don't know, like, if it's some sort of magical aura that he's got, or he's just very, very fast, but he can put on... He's got some speed into him. So he's able to keep up with these guys with basically not even winded. And he tries to, like, he's scaring Rebecca and everything, super enough. And now Rebecca goes back into one of the quest hall or the shop. And Shiki is there to say hi to Rebecca as well, which is really funny. I don't know how Shiki made it there, but he did. And he's not winded whatsoever. He's just completely oblivious. Comes to find out, Shiki actually is best friends with the robots. What Shiki actually does is that Shiki repairs these robots. He makes sure that they always work. So he's actually like, their mechanic, funny enough. And he's just absolutely loves them. He absolutely loves his robot friends. I mean, that's all he's got. And he's actually been in the island that we find out. He's actually been in the island for about 10 years now, not knowing a single human, and he was brought here by the Demon King. Kind of weird enough. I'm not entirely certain what the Demon King is, but I think the Demon King is the giant robot that he saw at the beginning of this chapter, but I'm not entirely certain. But there we go. There's that. Next up, we find out that they're dressing up. They're just having a party. Rebecca looks like she's getting drunk, just having fun. And you find out that there is basically a rogue that's spying on them. The rogue goes over, reports to, looks like a king, and says, oh, there's another human here. this isn't good. We need to take her down and everything like that. You find out that he's got some evil tendencies into him. Well, at least you think so right away. He's got some very evil tendencies for him. So she falls asleep. Shiki also falls asleep, as you can see. He falls asleep. Everybody starts going to bed. They have a room for her, which is really cool. And you find out about Shiki, which he was brought here by the Demon King. And he's actually able to fix everybody, which is awesome. But after that, everybody goes to bed. Rebecca goes to bed. She gets ready. Shiki's just kind of, really tired. But before that, for some reason, Rebecca decides to give Shiki a haircut. I don't know why she gives him a haircut, but he gives Shiki a haircut. So now Shiki doesn't have the long hair anymore, which makes me sad because I always love the long hair characters that Mashima always makes. But once again, our main character no longer has long hair. I love Natsu's long hair, and I like Shiki's long hair, and I guess I don't get the luxury. Fine, I'll just look at Gagio forever, I guess. But, she is actually, Rebecca, before going to bed, she's just, like, posting the video, making sure she gets tons of views, checking them sub boxes, making sure that they go through, and then go to bed. Comes to find out afterwards, the robots actually take her away. They take her to, like, it looks like the middle of the city, and they basically say that they're going to go ahead and kill this person. The king takes over, and basically he says he puts a virus into all of the robots, making them basically go rogue. The reason why they're capturing Rebecca and Happy is because she brought over a ship. They think that they can hijack the ship and able to, attack other lands. That's exactly their mentality for this. Now, as well, Shiki doesn't know what's going on. He has no idea what's going on. And during this entire thing, Rebecca's tied up, and the Robot King tells Shiki that he's basically going to die if he tries fixing any of these guys. Because Shiki goes out and says, "Don't worry, I can fix you guys and make sure that you all work fine." And the Robot King's like, "Nah, about that, I'm going to kill you if you try to do that. Also, I'm going to kill Rebecca because she's there too." So out of that, Shiki's really trying his best to get the robots to go back on his side, but none of them are. They're all taken over by this quote-unquote virus. Even though they're best friends, that's what's going on. And it's actually really terrifying because everybody Shiki's known and love basically has gone rogue, and all of a sudden proceeds to beat the snot out of them, which is really sad. I feel so bad. Think about it. If, like, everybody you knew and loved, who was, like, best friends with you for 10 years, all of a sudden just turned on you and started beating the snot out of you for no reason. Yeah, it's kind of sad. It's kind of terrifying. So, out of that, Shiki's trying to pull the "we're all friends" card, "I can repair you," and the Robot King's like, "Yeah, nah, not gonna happen." And the Robot King, as you can see, he's actually not just a old Robot King, he's actually a war machine. He's completely duked out in some crazy armor, and he's proceeding to fight Shiki. And all the other robots do as well. And it's really sad. Shiki's getting very upset, and he doesn't know what to do. At first, too, he keeps saying that he wants to repair these guys. He's like, "I've been with you the entire time." And you find out that the only reason why they're doing this is because Rebecca has a ship. They're going to take her ship and take over other lands. That's the goal. Afterwards, Shiki doesn't know what to do. He stands still and lets his friends beat the snot out of him because he just doesn't know what to do. He's hoping that maybe they can snap out of it, but they never do. On top of this, too, Rebecca's getting very sad because she's seeing all of the flashbacks that she's had in the past day going through her head. And what happens? She starts crying. And you remember what they said at the beginning of this chapter: if you have friends who cry for you, you never let them go. So Rebecca starts crying, and Shiki all of a sudden realizes that he must act. Shiki now goes into this new stage, which I'm not sure what's going on right off the bat, but you find out that he's got some crazy powers. He knocks back all the robots by just standing up, and he's able to just knock them all back, and literally he took absolutely no damage from them punching him in the face. You find out right now that Shiki actually has an ability from the Demon King, which is an ancient move that the Demon King actually gave him. Now, as well, Shiki starts fighting the King. The King comes after him. The King goes over and tries to fight Shiki, gets knocked back, got nothing against him, and Happy is able to save Rebecca during this time as well. Shiki, as well, can walk on walls. Shiki can, as well, float. Kind of funny enough. What he actually has is what Happy is calling an ether gear, which an ether gear is a power from the Dark Ages. So it's an ancient power that Shiki now holds, which is able to make his hand kind of look like he's got like a robot hand, but it's more of like an ability. I have to see exactly what it actually looks like. I think it's just his hand starts glowing, but I don't think his hand transforms. I think his hand just starts glowing. And he's able to just knock back the King with absolutely no effort whatsoever. And Shiki just knows some crazy moves. He's able to dodge bullets at superhuman speeds. And he has a new move, which is the first move that Shiki says besides normal things, which is De Machina Punch. That is his move. De Machina Punch. I wonder if there's going to be other moves that he does, but that's the first move that Shiki knows. De Machina Punch. Interesting enough. After that, he's able to just knock back the King. Everything goes crazy. She's falling. Everybody's falling. But Shiki knows how to fly. He's able to float. So, funny enough. And he's able to save Rebecca and Happy. Happy can't fly this time around, remember. Happy cannot fly. So, they start talking. All the robots get up because he didn't actually hurt them. And they're wanting to go ahead and attack Shiki once again. So, instead, what he does is that he changes the gravitation to the north and northwest. And he's able to go super, super fast using his ether gear. I don't know what he's able to just change gravity at will, but maybe that's his ability. He's able to change the gravity of certain parts of him that make him super strong and super light. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. But there he goes. He's able to fly across the land at super, super speeds, and he's actually able to get back to the boat. Now, the boat, Shiki's plan is that Shiki wants to save Rebecca, get her on the boat, and then Shiki stays on the island to protect them. But instead, Rebecca has other ideas, and unlike what a Lucy would do, is she grabs Shiki and brings him onto the boat, and they both leave. They take off into the air. Finding enough, it's not a boat, it's actually a ship that flies into the air. Now, afterwards, you find out, which is actually really, really sad, is that the robots weren't actually evil. They were not evil. It was really sad. They were not evil. But first, you find out that they're actually they were actually on a separate planet. Yes, they were on a separate planet. It's unlike Fairy Tail, where it's just another part of the world. No, they're going from planet to planet. Where Shiki actually was a separate planet. That's why there was no humans around there. That's why there were no humans. Interesting enough. And they're going over to another area for this next place. They're going through the space, but first you find out that this shooting star is in fact a giant dragon, which looks like a mechanical dragon, which looks absolutely awesome. And I'm certain we'll learn more about him in due time. Shiki is super happy. He is super pumped about everything. But then afterwards, you find out that the robots, they weren't actually evil. They were not evil. It's super sad. They were not evil. They were trying to fulfill a wish from the Demon King, and that was to get him into space before they all died. Because they all had a time frame from as much... They all have like a battery source, and eventually they all ran out at the end of this chapter. And that was when their one goal was. So all of them, they are all crying. They're all sad, especially the King. He's just so happy they was able to send off the Shiki into the air, and they're all sad because they're like, their best friend is now gone. But their mission was fulfilled from the Demon King, and the Demon King says that this child will change the universe. Don't know what that means, but he will change the universe. He will be your protagonist, who is the strongest person ever, most likely. And all the robots afterwards, they pass out and die, which actually one of the scenes of that is really, really sad. And 2 of the robots actually die hugging each other, and that was actually really sad. I'm like, Mastermind, you don't need to put feelings in me for people I just met. Please stop it. And Mashima has all the robots die. And afterwards, you find out that they're going off to the next area, and it's really silly. And you find out that his full name now, Shiki, is now Shiki Grandbell, named after the kingdom that he was actually in. Whew! That's the chapter. I promise it will not be this long later times. It's just this one was so many pages. I had to go through as many of them as possible, and I was trying to go through each and every single one of them, analyzing every page. And then I found out there's like 70 plus pages in this chapter. I had to go through every single one of them, read them out to you guys, and it was a little bit much. Whew! I don't know if I don't know if I'm going to be doing that. Hopefully all those chapters aren't nearly as long, even though I loved it. I loved reading it all. It was super beautiful. And yeah, that's the end of the first chapter. Eden 0. Wow. Interesting. Coming out with a bang, Mashima. No wonder why you haven't been talking on Twitter for a while. You've literally been making this thing for freaking how long? Wow. That is crazy. But yeah, that's the first chapter. How do you guys think of it? You guys like it so far? You guys, what do you guys think of Shiki? What do you guys think of Rebecca? What do you guys think of everything on this series? Do you think it's going to be as good as Fairy Tail? Do you think it's going to be as good as Rave Master? Or do you think it's going to be something that's like really good? Or it's just going to be, you know, it's just a fun little adventure? Or do you just not enjoy it to begin with? That's perfectly fine. I mean, every single series, some people are going to like it, some people are not going to like it. I know a lot of people already are complaining the fact that they all look like characters of Fairy Tail, but Mashima's been known to do that already with Rave Master. I mean, you saw Plu was actually in Rave Master already, and Jalal's like face tattoo was on the main bad guy of Rave Master, so you know, that carries on. I wonder if there's another Jalal face thingy ever coming out. Who knows? There might be some character with that, but on that note, everybody, what I'm going to do is end this silly little video here. So I want to say thank you guys for joining me once again. If you guys want more of this, want more reviews, more talks of this series, let me know in the comments below, because I'm more willing to go ahead and do that for you guys. It's going to be interesting, though. I wonder how this stuff's going to be. Regardless, though, I'm having a lot of fun with the series already. But on that note, I'm going to say thank you guys for joining once again, and I will be seeing you later!